When was the last time you absolutely lost your cool? Wanted to punch a wall or scream and holler? Hopefully it has been a while and will continue to be a while until you do so again. Today I want to talk about the people that never seem to lose their head. Maybe you are one of those people. I think the secret to their level-headedness is not a lack of caring or apathy, but a measure of emotional intelligence. As Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And no, that did not count as my academic source. I want to discuss what emotional intelligence is and why it is important, why people who have it seemingly have everything under control, and how we can develop it in ourselves. As Oxford defines it, emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. We all know that one person who caves the slightest inconvenience. A good example is a child. They are unable to understand how they are feeling, so they lash out, cry, or say hurtful things they do not mean. Emotional intelligence comes with age, but to become an emotionally intelligent master takes practice. Emotional intelligence boils down to two things: the ability to control oneself and the ability to connect with others. It is important to be emotionally intelligent in our lives and especially in the workplace. If you are in a managerial position, you can connect with your employees as stated in an article by Harvard. Quote, while you might excel at your job technically, if you can't effectively communicate with your team or collaborate with others, those technical skills will get overlooked. By mastering emotional intelligence, you can continue to advance your career and organization. End quote. If you are instead the employee and not the owner or manager, it is still important, as stated in another article, this time by Ottawa College. Quote, emotional intelligence in the workplace begins from the inside out with each individual. It involves recognizing various aspects of your feelings and emotions and taking the time to work on the elements of self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. In other words, unless you are a one-person company that does not need to talk to customers or suppliers or anyone else, you need to develop and exercise emotional intelligence in the workplace. Let's move on from the emotionally unintelligent and discuss those that have mastered it. What does their life look like? In a word, better. They don't harm themselves or others emotionally or physically by exploding. They can understand where their feelings are coming from and validate others in the same way. I do want to say being emotionally intelligent does not denote a robotic lack of emotion, but that you don't let your emotions define you or drive you. As an example, nothing grinds my gears more quickly than bad drivers. I'm a typically mellow person unless I am behind the wheel. My wife says she does not recognize me. Over the last 2 years or so, I have made a conscious effort to let little things slide off my back while behind the wheel. I have noticed a profound change. Instead of showing up to work agitated and starting my day as such, I come in happy. I control my emotions since, and this might be hard to believe, my emotions are my choice. No one can make you or me feel anything. It is all a choice we make. Once we recognize that and exercise our agency to be happy, our lives, in a shocking twist, will be happier. And that's why emotionally intelligent people are in a better position. They don't let their emotions reign supreme and can connect with people more easily. Finally, how can you, dear listener, become emotionally intelligent? You can't. Just kidding. It is a choice as discussed, but what has helped me consistently make that choice is by studying our Savior, Jesus Christ. He is the ultimate example of emotional intelligence in both aspects, controlling oneself and connecting with others. Emotional intelligence is a Christ-like attribute. Could you imagine not eating for 40 days, then having the great tempter come and offer you anything you could desire and deny him flat out? I don't think I am that strong, but I hope to get there someday. My favorite example of his mastery is after his turmoil in the Garden of Gethsemane. He knows exactly what he is about to go through: physical torture, betrayal from friends, and death. When one of his closest friends stands up to defend him against Roman soldiers, as said in Luke 22:50-51, and one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear, And Jesus answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear and healed him. Now we do not have the power to heal like Jesus Christ, which makes it all the more important that we don't swing our sword in the first place, because the ears we cut off are permanent. I bear testimony that emotional intelligence is a Christ-like attribute, one that many of the other attributes stem from. If I want to be successful in my relationships and a powerful disciple of Christ, I need to develop emotional intelligence, and so do you. Thank you for listening.